Hi my favorite people, welcome to the world of fully hooded eye makeup. My name is Vera and I'm a professional makeup artist and I have fully hooded eyes. Someone recently told me that when I do wing liner, my eyes don't even look hooded anymore, and that's actually cheating, honestly. That is such a compliment because this is exactly the goal, right? Then that person added, "Don't tell me it's makeup. What else would it be? That is why I did the makeup." So, before I'll show you how to do this amazing, flattering, beautiful smoky eyeliner technique that doesn't distort, doesn't look weird, and doesn't crease, which is technically impossible, but okay, maybe 10% out of 100. But first, I want to get through some big don'ts one more time. I know you know them, or maybe not, because I'm actually really do scan people's makeup when I'm out in the world. It's my professional deformation, and that's unfortunately what I usually see. Wrong finishes, too much satin, especially in the areas where wrinkles are, so it emphasizes the texture, completely ignored lashes, or clearly wrong mascara application. When mascara is applied only on top of the lashes, making them stick together, and also untouched lash root. Too thick eyeliner on top of the eyelid that is completely covered, like for example eyes like mine. And even when it's not fully covered, it's still very distorted because it's thick and it's just without corresponding to individual trajectories. A big no in eye makeup is under eye area. The under eye darkness being covered with a very light cakey concealer, because when the under eye area and inner corner still carry darkness, the whole makeup can feel a little off, even if your eye makeup looks perfect. Once the under eye area is balanced, sometimes even mascara starts looking like a full look. And the coma wing, oh my god, it's so popular even in non-hooded eyes. That little curved outer corner shape that looks more like punctuation than lifting structure. And hooded eyes are beautiful, they just need strategy. And the same goes for eyeshadow placement. So often I see just a random dark muddy spot sitting on the outer corner like a storm cloud about to explode. Follow my tutorials, everything is going to be fine. I want you to see the best version of your eyes because I know how amazing it feels. Each time when I'm glamming up, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy I learned this skill. And the generic concealer brush, oh my gosh, no. That's also one of the reasons I created brushes for this area, because the cakiness I see is very real. I've worked on thousands of faces in the beauty industry, and I know how much brush shape, density, edge, softness, and millimeter level precision affect the final result. And when people ask me why are your brushes so different, they look like other brushes, and the difference is in the small details that is difficult to show on the pictures. It's in the slightly smaller proportions, the thinner edge, the way that bristles hug the skin, the control, the precision. I always begin with under eye area. I avoid thick creams completely. I prefer layering lightweight hydrating serums, hyaluronic acid, collagen drops, anything that gives a skin fluting effect without heaviness. Nothing heavy marketed Western, only Korean skincare. For the face I use Inea Sphera, but for under eyes and smaller targeted areas, especially under the eyes, I use Inea Lumin. And this is educational platform. I'm not an influencer, but because of my numbers, I got for you a discount code. Please get it in description if you want $20 off. Then for the correction, I usually add warm pink, and when I'm more tan, I mix coral with warm pink for a brighter, fresher, more perfected effect. It neutralizes darkness beautifully while still gives that softly highlighted under eye look. In this video, I'm using only warm pink with my concealer. And I love how these eyeshadow bases are matching any creamy formula. It just makes everything better. And I place correction with Apex Midi, then soften with Apex Maxi. If you love espresso brown, just mix black and medium brown. If you want it more taupe, add a touch of white or light nude. So now you can create a warm espresso or softer taupe brown just by adjusting the mix of Happy Eyelids eyeshadow bases. I also love using that mix in the brows with my angled eyeliner brush. Then I finish with a few fake hair strokes. I can do that with the brush too, but this brown pencil I've been testing, it is way too good. I'm thinking of adding it to my makeup line in one universal shade because I use this tone on almost everyone, including myself. My filter brush flat definer, cleaning and aligning the edges. If you love eyeshadow, a big thing you have to remember, keep the under brow area clean, no stray hairs, and sometimes even exfoliation needs because uneven texture there can make eyeshadow go on patchy. Now for my hooded eye besties, I remember someone in comments asked me about cool toned brown eyeshadows, and that's again my eyeshadow basis. See, this is my medium brown, and it depends. Some eye colors looks amazing with this warm, like almost copper brown, but if you want taupe look, just add nude and look, it transformed into like beautiful cool toned brown. Another important thing, when working with eyelid, please make sure you use a minimum amount of the product. Like it almost have to feel like dry, like it's not enough, but it's exactly the right amount and it's not going to crease, or it will crease at its minimum, if I can say so. Look straight and you see not just work above the crease, but always keep in mind that golden rule, nothing goes below the ascending direction of your lower lash line. And when I'm saying nothing goes, I mean eyeliner, first lash at the outer corner, eyeshadows. And if you have wrinkles at the outer corner, even when your face is relaxed, it doesn't matter, like ignore them. It's all about the right trajectory. And because I have the most minimalistic amount of the product, you see I'm working with the same brush and it blends better and better, cleaner and cleaner. Product distributes and blends amazingly, but also I love to use my color corrector brush with leftovers. You see the one I've mixed with warm pink and my concealer, it has some leftovers, and this is going to be perfect brush for like this softening the edges. You see on my eyelid I have just a soft tint, not like a coverage like an eyeshadow, you know, thick. Now I'm looking straight and look, I'm going to tight line only till boom, this point, because look, I'm closing my eyes and that's the only area that is kind of visible when I'm looking straight, a little visible, but still. Then the rest, I mean, if your eyelid completely covers as mine, just be very careful. You may even avoid from that area like any tight lining. Define what's visible. But because I know the idea is smudge the eyeliner, I went across the lash line because I just know what I want, the outcome. Flat definer is an amazing brush to pack your lower waterline. It packs amazingly evenly. And then you see Apex Mini is an absolute winner when it comes to smudging eyeliner. Either it's on the upper eyelid or on the lower lash line. It's so satisfying to work with these brushes, seriously. And I can always, you see, remove, like this time, I'm gonna show you all the mistakes I did and how I corrected them. So you know that mistakes are, they are not mistakes, it's just a process, a makeup process. And you have to know how to quickly correct everything using the same brushes. And here's what I've done now. I've used leftovers on my brush and kind of like tinted eyeliner mapping, you see, so kind of like an extension of the lower lash line and my blending. And now comes my favorite part, balancing the eye shape. Once my wing is mapped, and at first it is just a soft guiding tint, and you always move like this inwards, you see, and it's so easy to do with this brush. For mascara, I love Carslan with the micro wand because it catches every single lash without making them heavy. It is more lengthening and separating than bulky, which is perfect when I know I will add lashes after. This mascara keeps my lashes soft, clean, defined, and actually waterproof, which matters a lot for hooded eyes. And then I go with lash clusters. But after mascara, yes, I messed up a little bit, and that's totally normal. And this is exactly why I love cream shadows and eyeshadow bases, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to correct it. So if you make a mistake, you do not need to worry, panic. Please don't wipe with wet wipes, and especially with Q-tip and saliva. I'm taking my Apex Mini with leftovers. If I need, I'm gonna blend a little more if I feel like there is no product at all. And I'm just going like this on top of the mess. And no matter how strong is your mascara, that's why I love these eyeshadow bases. They are so forgiving. I can fix anything along the way. And at the end, I just set everything with a little translucent powder and the makeup still looks clean and polished. And I'm sorry for the next close-ups, but I just want you to see how amazing this brush is. It can get in such hard to reach areas and help me to get out all the dirt that got into my eyes easily and without tears. Let's move on to lashes. Even if your natural lashes are long, for this kind of effect you still need a lash veil. That soft structured layering between your lashes that helps support the outer lift. In our case, lashes, it's not just an option, like preference, it's an engineering part. The length of the first lash at the outer corner must align with highest point of the crease. Even though my lashes are a little bit longer, it's okay. I know that in the end I'm going to apply mascara on top of my lash clusters and it's going to be all even. And then I'm just applying the rest of the lashes in descending order till the highest point of the crease. Because if you are going to apply a couple of lash clusters just at the outer corner and you're not going to reach the highest point of the crease, the point from which the downfall begins, then it's still going to look pretty distorted. Regarding types of mascara, I know some of you love waterproof, some of you tubing, and opposite. For some of you, tubing it just doesn't work because eyes are watering and you can't find a nice waterproof mascara. So Carslan mascara, okay, is truly waterproof, but it doesn't give you volume. It just has a little different goals. Tubing mascara, we already know, not for everyone, but it gives such an amazing volume, and that microfibers just makes your lashes look so much fuller. So this You Cool mascara that I applied on my lower lashes are and waterproof and tubing. It's difficult to take it off, but if you want that effect, it's so worth it. It's amazing mascara and the price is unbeatable. Then with Apex Midi or Maxi, I prefer Maxi for this. I'm just putting on top pressed powder by Carslan, or you can do any other translucent powder. Carslan pressed powder for sensitive skin doesn't change the finish. It's my absolute favorite. I've been talking about it many times. Then if you love siren effect and if you have epicanthal folds and it seems like never works, look, that was so easy to do with angled eyeliner. And then now we are going to create the wing that it's not distorted and broken. I continued the extension of my lower lash line. Now I'm building kind of like a triangle shape and try again to apply as less as possible product in there. Just like again, like kind of a tint. And with the same Apex Mini that has leftovers on the brush, just like this, extend inwards. Take your time, make sure you love the result and everything looks cohesive. And this is your filter brush, flat definer, the one that makes a look looking right. A look can be blended perfectly and still feel wrong if the edges and alignment are off. And flat definer refines the eye the way a filter refines an image. Aligns the outer corner edge, remove extra weight from the shape, sharpens and polishes the wing, cleans mistakes without destroying the look, perfect for cut, crease cleanup and crisp lines, and cleans brows and even lips edges, which is everything you need for a polished, beautiful, expensive looking makeup. With that Apex Midi with color corrector, I'm again cleaning and aligning the edges just because it always looks better. And then now I do intensify wing. This is very optional. I just want you to squeeze maximum from my tutorial. And look, I'm smiling and from all the angles, it looks nice, it doesn't break. And so this is an important part. Look, I'm adding the product and now it's going to be kind of like a dot. Look, 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 look. Look. Here we go. So this dot actually I need to, like this with Apex Mini, extend it towards the inner corner because that is just a perfect amount. So now when I'm finally happy with the results, I am going to place a little bit of sparkles in my inner corner with Apex Mini. See, it was perfectly made for that areas, and I'm using Golden Cascade by Happy Eyelids. It's perfect golden sparkles. Actually, most of the brides are hunting for because they're not yellow. Just perfect golden sparkles. Oh, did I mention they are vegan and fallout free? Yeah. Let me model for you a little bit, and then I don't have any even foundation on my face. I'm focusing on my eye makeup. Of course, it's filter free. And by the way, I want to show you an additional detail. It's very important. Sometimes when my lashes are too natural and thin, I love to add like this additional, literally 2 clusters just at the outer corner. It creates additional veil right at that concern area. And this is that little trick that makes some people think that I'm cheating. You know what I mean? Like when I look straight, my eye doesn't look hooded anymore. And by the way, Happy Eyelids brushes are restocked and I have new dreamy brush sets. And if you've been waiting for the best deal, this is the time. I'm gonna tell you what happened with my restocked batch. So this is my first batch actually where I upgraded to labeled brushes. And because it's a very small batch, as always, the factory mislabeled some handles. And I'm not going to delay your set for months just to redo printing. Instead, I'm releasing this batch with a thank you discount and giving you full transparency. Thank you so much for watching, for your precious time. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and it was helpful for you. Please share this tutorial to your hooded eye besties. They need to know that I exist. And I hope that this tutorial was another proof for you that hooded eyes are beautiful and it's all about tools and technique. Now for sure you got this, babe.